What up, people? It is so good to have you with us. Another episode of Unfiltered coming your way right here, right now, on Unfiltered Live on an opening day 2024. You could jump on board 24/7, 365. It is easy to get on board the Unfiltered Revolution, Apple, Spotify, everywhere you get your podcasts. Artist formerly known as Twitter, X if you will, at Casey Stern. Up into the bio, follow through to the YouTube channel, like, subscribe, tell all your friends. And we are newly live on Instagram. You can get us at Unfiltered with Casey Stern. Give us a follow and get all the content as we continue throughout the baseball season. And of course, we do other sports here: basketball, football, hockey, combat sports, all sorts of stuff. But today is about the holiday. It is about opening day, where a lot of you are feeling like Jesse Spano, where you're so excited, yet probably some of you so scared when you think about actually what it means for your team on the field this year. We'll get into some of the games today and much, much more. Please comment along the way, jump in and give us a reply on the Twitter side or on YouTube, or also if you're watching us on Facebook as well. Bet Online, we are presented by our good friends at Bet Online, your number one source for all your sports betting needs. Lines, latest matchup reports, odds, baseball, basketball, boxing, golf, every sport you can ever imagine. They're the fastest and easiest way to get all your wagers, live betting, favorite casino and card games, all right from your phone. So get to the website today, use your mobile device and sign up, but use the promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV. It'll get you a 50% bonus on your welcome deposit. It is Bet Online, where we get started here, and let's get right into it. And I start with one of the bigger stories to me, not only of opening day, but of the season. That's the Baltimore Orioles. Birdland, the Orioles are being disrespected. New ownership intact, coming off a division title. Yet a lot of people saying, well, this is a three-team race maybe in the AL East, so the Yankees are the contenders. They may be if Garrett Cole is healthy and the Yankees don't put, they may be. But at the same time, the Orioles didn't get to where they got with smoke and mirrors. If anything, no offense to Jack Flaherty, they didn't do enough at the deadline to show what they could have done with that roster if they had better front-end pitching when they got to a postseason. The Orioles got there with youth that gets better and better and better as we go along. And you look at Jackson Holliday, who I picked to win Rookie of the Year. He's not even here yet. That's how good this team is. And maybe he's even the best of the bunch. The Orioles are locked and loaded, and Corbin Burnes will make his first start as an Oriole today when they face the Angels in Ron Washington's club. And when you sit there and you look at Burnes, he is a Cy Young candidate. He's already got one in the bag. He's looking for a big bag, trying to earn money. He's got a lot to pitch for. And this guy's got the dog in him, as they say. And he's going to bring that to Baltimore. And I think he's going to eat up all the excitement that is going to surround him and everything that is surrounding what the Orioles' expectations are, because he is there. You hear some of the comments he's made in spring training and during this, beginning of his tenure, if you will, before even getting on the mound. And he's jacked up and excited. I love Burnes this year. I think Corbin Burnes is going to have a terrific year. I think the Orioles should be, and I say are, but you look at the Vegas, they should be the favorites in the American League East. They should be one of the favorites to get to the World Series, and they are no fluke, and they're going to prove that this season. So Oriole fans, I'm with you. I get it. We'll see what happens with the Yankees. Look, I think Juan Soto, to me, my pick, and a lot of people's for AL MVP. I think Yankees clearly have a deeper lineup, and that's been a problem last couple of years. I think the Yankees, if Garrett Cole is healthy, could have enough there with what they've got in the rotation. Nasty Nestor will make the opening day start today down in Houston against Framber Valdez. But if Garrett Cole's not healthy, if when he comes back in 9-10 weeks or whatever it's going to be now, whatever number we're at, 7-8 weeks at this point, if he's got setbacks along the way, when he's, bullpen sessions and simulated efforts before he even gets to the hill, it's going to be a big problem. So the Orioles, to me, they look like, again, knock on wood, got to stay healthy. A lot of answers. They got a lot of answers in the system to go make deals at the deadline if they needed to go and push that pedal. Prospects are cool, parades are cooler, and so forth. Like the Orioles this year a lot. Should be the favorite, clearly, for me in the American League East. And Corbin Burnes, love him on the hill. Patrick Sandoval on the other side for the Angels. And I love Ron Washington, getting to be around that team in Texas for those years, seeing what he did in Oakland as a coach and in Atlanta. He's just a terrific motivator, a terrific person. He'll have the Angels ready to play. That could be one of these. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so scared kind of scenarios for the fan base rooting for the team sitting there near Disneyland. Meanwhile, the land in Cincinnati has all been great. Everybody excited. Everybody looking at what this team did last year. Frankie Montas will be on the hill today against Josiah Gray of the Nationals. That one at 4:10 p.m. Eastern start. The Reds have an opportunity in this division to make some headway. The Brewers have been a staple in the Central for the last number of years. Always when it seems like we don't know what will happen in the Central, what happens? The Brewers are right there. Well, now he's not there in David Stearns. He's in New York. Corbin Burns, he's in Baltimore. That team doesn't look the same, and it's not going to be that kind of year. So question's going to be, can the Cardinals, who put Miles Mikolas on the hill against the Dodgers and Tyler Glasnow today out in L.A. for their quote-unquote real opening day for the Dodgers, can the Cardinals get enough of starting pitching, have Sonny Gray healthy and pitching at the front of that rotation? That's a big question because the bats and the other pieces seem to be there for St. Louis, and the Cubs, who clearly are going to be a factor as well, but the Reds right in it to win it. Speaking of in it to win it, the National League Western Division is the best division in baseball when you look kind of top to bottom at the depth that you have in it. I love the AL West and the two teams in Texas and what Seattle can do. I get it. The AL East, look, if the Yankees are the Yankees and the Jays are right there, and we know what the Rays can do, I get it. But the National League West, people on the East Coast, stay up late this year because you had a Dylan Cease in San Diego, you had a Blake Snell to the Giants, and I love the way Jordan Hicks looked, by the way, in spring training. We know about the Diamondbacks, now a franchise record payroll with Monty on board. And, of course, by the way, the Dodgers are there as well. And for all the talk about Yamamoto, and I think he will eventually settle down and be great, how about the difference maker and the greatness that is possible when healthy of a Tyler Glasnow who will make the start on the opening day front, if you will, Chavez Ravine out for the Dodgers against Miles Mikolas today. I think Glasnow could have a big year. This is a big story for the Dodgers that they picked this man up. All the concentration on Ohtani and Yamamoto, those are big pieces. Not enough paid attention to me, in my opinion, on Glasnow. Not enough attention paid to Teoscar Hernandez to depth the lineup and to deepen that, which, by the way, congrats, Will Smith, $140 million for 10 years. Hello. But I think Glasnow going to be a big story this year. The Dodgers, they're going to be everybody's villain or everybody's hero, depending upon if you live in L.A., you root for the Dodgers, or if you don't. A lot of people sitting there and rooting for somebody in the AL Central to be a factor. It could be the Twins, and Pablo Lopez will be on the hill for them today against the Royals as they have that opener out in Kansas City at the K shortly after 4 o'clock Eastern start. The AL Central is kind of always a weird division. What are the Guardians with Stephen Vogt without Terry Francona? You know, where do the Twins kind of factor in, not just in a team that can win a bad AL Central, but a team that can be a factor in the American League where everybody seems to, and I'm with everybody. Look at the two teams in Texas out west. Look at what the Yankees could do and what the Orioles should do in the East. Look at Seattle and Toronto, one East, one West, and then kind of bypass anything having to do with the Central. We'll see. By the way, speaking of which, Tigers and White Sox also get together today as well. The Pirates and the Marlins, it'll be Keller on the hill against Jesus Luzardo. That one shortly after 4 o'clock start. And then I mentioned earlier, the dandy between the Yankees and the Astros. So many matchups in the postseason, so many in the regular season over the years. Who doesn't love Framber Valdez? And who doesn't love what the Astros have when he and the rest of the starters hand the ball back to their new skipper and say, give me that bullpen with Abreu, with Presley, with Josh Hader, as good a trio as any you're going to get in Major League Baseball. Astros are dirty when you get to the back end of the bullpen. The Yankees, they're looking to sit there and put it on you with the offense more so than they've done the last couple of years, as we said. But they really, especially with Cole out, need Cortez, need Stroman, need the rest of that rotation to pitch effectively. It'll be Nasty Nestor on the hill. He'll get the start. Yankees and Astros, a lot of familiar faces on both sides, and a lot of eyes will be and should be on the Soto shuffle and Juan Soto. Juan Soto has had great seasons already. Juan Soto has been at MVP level already. But you look at him in spring training, dude is locked in. He knows he's about to get paid if he could have even a similar kind of year than he had last year and being in a spot that he could be in with the Yankees if it's a better lineup and surrounded by better pieces and given more of an opportunity. Well, now you put all that together, you put him in New York where he's going to shine. He loves that spotlight. It's going to be a perfect fit for him. And, look, I don't want to go too far ahead to the end of the season, but you got Met fans thinking they're getting Soto. You got other teams. If he ends up enjoying being a Yankee, the Yankees didn't make this trade to get Juan Soto for 1 year. The Yankees made this trade to get Juan Soto, to woo Juan Soto, to try and win with Juan Soto, and then to keep Juan Soto. We'll see if they can be effective. Mention the Rangers. How about the youth? We talked about the Evan Carter last year, and how about how that developed? Now you got Langford in that mix. We don't know what will happen with the guys you wait for, like Jacob deGrom and like Max Scherzer, but this team with Bruce Bochy is set up again to make another deep run, and they should absolutely be right there with Houston as the co-favorites, if you will. Down the stretch they come. Expect that in the American League Western Division. Big matchup against the Cubs today, and I think when you look at the Rangers, here's a team that now will face the X on the backs for the first time in the franchise's history. First time for a lot of these players. But Nate Eovaldi, not new to this, not new to big spots, doesn't care. He'll get the start opening day against Justin Steele, who was a huge story last year. ERA just over 3 in 173 innings, 176 strikeouts. Beautiful season. Now deservedly so. He gets the opening day nod for a Cubs team that have a lot of things to be hopeful for and about, including the fact that after all the bandy about, it worked out having Bellinger return back to them, as Belly didn't get the deal he expected. Monty didn't get the deal he expected. Chapman didn't get the deal he expected, and so on and so forth. You see where I'm going with that. How about the Stephen Vogt debut going against his former team with the Oakland Athletics? Shane Bieber will be on the hill for that one. The Diamondbacks and all that payroll will have a familiar face in Zach Gallen, speaking of Cy Young candidates, on the hill for them as they open up against a Rockies team whose fans are probably in hiding. And God bless you. Love Coors, love the purple. All that's great. You're going to, uphill climb and then some, trying to beat some of these teams in the NL West this year. Kyle Freeland will be on the hill for that one. We await Netflix at some point with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I think that was on July 20th. And way after that, it'll be whatever this season is going to be with the Red Sox, who didn't land Jordan Montgomery when they thought they would, who didn't land anyone when we all thought they would, and they certainly could because they've got ownership money, but they don't seem to want to spend any of it. Not sure why. They'll open up against the Seattle Mariners. Luis Castillo on the hill against them as Boston opens this season. Had a couple of rainouts, obviously. The Braves and Phillies. That one will take place on Friday. Mets and Brewers as well on Friday. So big opening day slate. Primed for that. Pumped up. Want to hear your thoughts. What are the matchups you are looking forward to? Remember, a couple of things. Hit us up. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, everywhere you get your podcast, you can get us Twitter, X. Give me a follow at Casey Stern. YouTube channel's up in the bio. Get on there. Like, subscribe, all the videos and content, some recent interviews, including my conversation that you do not want to miss. Way more important than sports or opening day. And that's the life and the life that is had by Rex Chapman as he's experienced in his best-selling book. We talked about that, among others, a lot of other things going on here. We also are new on Instagram. You could jump on board at Unfiltered with Casey Stern and get us on IG as well. We will see you soon. We will all be watching. It is opening day. It is the holiday. It is the day that everybody waits for, and it seems like spring training takes forever for the players, even longer than forever if that's a thing for the fans. And the wait is finally over. Happy opening day, people. This is Unfiltered, as always, presented by our good friends at Bet.